Hi and welcome back to We Are Famous EFC. My name is Adam and in this video we are going to be talking about my early season review where we discuss the early review of the 24-25 season campaign. So starting with Leeds United away Monday night. It was in August and we lost 1-0 at Ellen Road. Leeds have only just been promoted and that game we didn't look like we were scoring at all, did we? And in fact we didn't even score, but it's got off to a very bad start for the first game of the season against a really poor but okay, decent Leeds side who've got goals in them but also a fragile and are getting beat. We lost. But as we make history at Hill Dickinson Stadium when we beat Brighton 2-0 at Hill Dickinson, Everton's first ever Premier League match at that ground, and we won it. That David Moyes that afternoon did that in style for me. We got off to a flying start in that first half. Jack Grealish being a part of it, and also Kieran Shrewsbury-Hall as well being a part of it, helping Everton. Skillerman and Jai scoring the 2 goals as well, assist by Jack Grealish twice. So it just proves that them three are creating chances for each other and are taking them. And I'll move on to Grealish in a moment when we and Ilman and Jai when we do the Palace bit in a minute. But it's been an up and down start to the season because we drew 0-0 with Villa as well. So for me, it is up and down, chopping and changing, but I do think that it will get better without a shadow of a doubt. Losing to Leeds, winning Brighton, drawing against Villa, then a poor game against West Ham, then we win 2-1 against Palace. And that, for me, will go down in history, going 1-0 down when we needed the win. And we came back and won them 2-1. That needs to go down in the Hill Dickinson history. But I'll talk a bit more about that in a moment. But as I've said, during the Brighton game, history was made because that's the first opening game at the Hill Dickinson with a full capacity stadium as well. But also the Villa game, we tried, we fighted, but the goals weren't there. But we drew, we know. We were poor at times, but we did have some decent spells in that Villa game. And that for me is looking, because compared to where we were last season under Sean Dyche, the start of the season, we were 16th on only only on 5 points. I'm looking at the stats now, and Everton now sit 9th as well now. And that for me is a huge difference where we are now, 9th, to where we were last season under Sean Dyche when we were only 16th as well. But without a shadow of a doubt, though, people, then if we move on now to the West Ham game, we were extremely poor in that second half. I thought the first half we should have killed the game off about 4-5-0, but we didn't. We just defended. The manager didn't make subs till the last minute again. But whether that's a manager's thing, I don't know, because apparently Sean Dyche was asked about it last season with Everton, why doesn't he make subs? And apparently Guardiola's the same. Whether it's a managerial thing, I don't know. But yeah, but I thought the second half we were very, very poor as well against West Ham. We didn't look like we were scoring. If there's any teams going to score, it would have been West Ham. The same with the Leeds game. But yeah, arguably it wasn't a penalty against the Leeds game either. But I thought absolute woeful. Then we had the Merseyside derby as well. A really bad performance by Everton in the first half. Again, didn't look like we were going to score. We looked like we were absolute out of our depth in that first half. Then the second half comes, Moyes shouts at them, they get their acts together, we go 2-1. Then after that, Idrissa Gana Gueye scores. Then after that, how the hell we only get 3 minutes additional time when we should have got at least 11 additional time from the fourth official and the ref. For me, we should have equalised that game, and I believe that we would have if we got more extra time. So yeah, it's been an up and down start for David Moyes' Everton side. But against Palace, we went 1-0 down. We were very poor in the first half. The same with the Merseyside derby, and we fight. We literally throw everything at it. We get a penalty. Iliman scores it. Then the second half, as well as the second half as well with the penalty, we go on again. Then Jack Grealish scores. Beto missed. Then Jack Grealish finds the ball in the back of the net and scores. And their focus literally focuses on the ball. But for me, huge credit to the manager for that game and for Jack Grealish. David Moyes did get a reward for going 1-0 down and coming back to win 2-1 in the Premier League as well. And Palace were 19 games unbeaten this season, and Everton did what Everton always love to do, is cause the upset. And boom, Everton Football Club get the win. And that is amazing that we won. We did that second half amazingly. In fact, it's got to be done in style. Because David Moyes got the award as well for that best performance in that second half. That's got to go down in Hill Dickinson's best ever moment so far this season. Desire the Brighton win for the Toffees. So yeah, as I said, it's been an up and down of a roller coaster, but compared to where Everton were under Sean Dyche last season to compared to now, it's a big improvement by the Friedkins and by David Moyes. To lose to Leeds, win Brighton, draw Villa, point out West Ham, and then to go 1-0 down and beat Palace, and for Everton to be ninth in the league right now. We've had a good start to the season. Yeah, I think some games we should have got anything out of, but we did. I'm not going to argue about that. I'm happy about that. And I think at times we've been at our best, and other times we're leaking dreadfully at times as well. But on the whole, it's been a roller coaster start to the season, up and down. But I think it's going to get better as the season goes on, when we're not having international breaks and all that. But we do lose Iliman and Jai, and I think Jake O'Brien and also Idrissa Gana Gueye as well in January as they go to the internationals. But I'm not too sure on who's going. But as I've said, it has been an up and down roller coaster start. But I think personally it will get better day in, day out as we play more games. And yeah, we have had some poor injuries, but Michael Keane so far this season has been absolute amazing. He has been mistakes at times. He hasn't been perfect, but he deserves huge credit, absolute huge credit. He's been one of the best Everton players out of the defence so far this season due to Jarrad Branthwaite's injury. When Jarrad's back, do I drop him? Absolutely, because Jarrad Branthwaite is absolute class, but Michael Keane has been class so far this season, without a shadow of a doubt. Let us know in the comments your opinions, and up the Toffees. Like, comment and subscribe. Bye-bye.
Moisey had a dream to build a football team. We went to City and we signed Jack Grealish on loan.